Yes, indeed. B Marsh Boxing back at it with the post fight review. And this review is for the undisputed fight we had at Cruiserweight between Tony Bellew and the champion, Olexsandr Usyk. And man, this was a tale of two halves, basically. It didn't go 12, ladies and gents, but it was a tale of two halves. The first three rounds, I gave it to Bellew. You know, Tony Bellew was basically outboxing the man, you know what I mean? And, you know, he was using his jab and he was letting his right hand go, you know what I mean? Even if it wasn't with bad intentions, at least he was attempting to show the man Usyk that he's ready to throw his right hand. It's not going to be a jab fest. The man Usyk in the first three rounds had trouble gauging the distance and closing down the range, you know what I mean? And you know, he barely was even catching him with a jab. He was just out of range. You check it. But he caught the man in the fourth round. You know what I mean? The fourth round was also a close round, ladies and gents. It was a close round, but he got caught with a left hook that wobbled the man, Tony Bellew. Whether it hurt him or not, it didn't look good, at least on my card and maybe the judge's card. You know what I mean? Getting stumbled like that. But you know, Tony Bellew was also trying to mix up the variety of his punches, jab into the stomach. You know what I mean? And like I said, in the first few rounds, you know, the man Tony Bellew was standing in the pocket. You know what I mean? And you know, he was basically, you know, trying to dictate the range, keeping a distance, but he was winning the with his punch output. You know what I mean? Then the man Alexander Usyk just started utilizing his jab. You know what I mean? Very effectively using his jab, and he was setting up shots with to land with that left hand. You know what I mean? And he was doubling, tripling up his jab, and he was throwing shots to left hands. And you know, Tony Bellew now would look like he was gassing up because at this stage he's not just in the pocket. The man Tony Bellew is now moving backwards. You know what I mean? He's moving backwards, and that's not Tony Bellew's strong point, really and truly. And Alexander Usyk was now more the guy stalking. He was stalking his prey. You check it, and it's crazy. You know, you would think it's the other way around with that. The man out. Hey, hit that thumbs up, man. Six people in this motherfucker listening. Hit that thumbs up, people. You know what I mean? Hit that thumbs up. If not, get up out the room. Um, you know, you would have thought that the man Alexander Usyk, with him being, you know, the man with the better skill set as far as foot movement and the jab and just basically all the tools, the skill set for to being the better boxer, you would have thought that Usyk would be the one on the movement and Tony Bellew stalking. But you could see now Tony Bellew now is not trying to move in. I could see and sense that the man is getting tired. You know what I mean? You check it. He's now moving backwards, not really throwing as much with conviction like he was earlier. And you know the man is breathing with his mouth open. You know what I'm saying? And I had Tony Alexander Usyk winning round 4, 5, 6, and 7. You know what I'm saying? Tony Bellew was in there countering too. You know what I mean? He was countering, but Tony Bellew, I'm sorry, Usyk would have the man on the ropes, and he would be landing some nice, even lead double straight left hands. You know what I mean? Tony Bellew was now just there like a sitting duck. You check it now. Almost every punch that the man Alexander Usyk is throwing while he's stalking him is landing. You know what I mean? And now you see that's where I knew this man Tony Bellew. Now, you know, the first few rounds was basically an anomaly. You know what I mean? And you could see that the man, what's his name, Alexander Usyk, was just, you know, basically feeling the guy out, seeing what kind of punches or what kind of game plan he was bringing to the table. Because believe you me, the first three rounds, Tony Bellew was outboxing him. You know what I mean? It's peculiar and crazy to see. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, man, Tony Bellew with his hands down, not keeping his right hand up, and you know he was trying to kind of use the Philly shell when he was on the ropes, but he got caught in the center of the ring, and he was being backed up with some jabs, and then he got caught with a left hook, kind of left hook, and like a lead left hook that he didn't see, caught him straight on the chin, boom. The guy goes down. That's all it took. You know what I mean? That's all it took for Alexander Usyk knocks him out in the eighth round. It's crazy how people say this guy's feather fisted, he's pillow fisted, and he'll knock nobody out. Go look at the man resume. Look at his record. Dude is like 16-0 with 13 KOs. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't sound like the record of a pillow fisted fighter, a guy who's fought everybody in his division. Knockout punches at that too. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to Alexander Usyk. That's why this guy's in my pound for pound, one of my top pound for pounders on the planet. He's taking care of opposition. You know what I'm saying? He's knocking out and beating up opponents in a tournament style. beating the best of the best, and he's proven it. You know what I mean? He's coming to the man Tony Bellew's backyard. He came over here to Manchester. I know it ain't Liverpool, but basically his backyard of England. You know what I'm saying? And this fight going the distance, or if the rounds were close, come on, man. Come on, man. Alexander Usyk would have been snatched for all four of his titles, plus his lineal and ring magazine belt, you know what I mean? But he maintains it via knockout. That's the mentality you're supposed to have when you hit the road, you know what I'm saying? Don't leave it into the judge's hands. Leave the judge's hands in your right and your left fist, you know what I mean? So congratulations to Alexander Usyk. Tony Bellew had a fucking hell of a ride these last 2 years since the first Creed movie came out, replicating the movie, doing that shit in real life, having a big fight in his Everton stadium, in his boyhood soccer team's stadium, you know what I mean? Getting that WBC cruiserweight title, beating Elango Makabu, you check it, being named champion emeritus, having fights with David Hay. The man did his thing, you know what I'm saying? He had a big run, and the man was trying to fulfill his dreams, you know what I mean? That Creed 2's coming out on Thanksgiving, and if he got it done, man, it would have been crazy, man. But, at the end of the day, I think the better skilled fighter won, and no controversy. He did it with his fist. What's good? He thinks GRR. He's in the chat. What's happening, big man? Alexander Usyk with a vicious knockout, man. You know what I'm saying? I had predicted this fight going the distance. I ain't going to lie. I thought the man would outbox him. 8 rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 5, but a clear-cut unanimous decision. But hey, Alexander Usyk ain't get the memo. You know what I mean? He lost the first 3 rounds of my card, but got it done. You know what I'm saying? Got the job done in the 8th round with a nice knockout. Be Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know how you guys thought about this fight. You think Tony Bellew will retire, as he said, win, lose, or draw? He's out of here. I don't think so. I think we'll see him again. Alexander Usyk, what would I like to see next for him? Well, this guy's only here. He came to this Sky Sports and the Zone Matchroom thing because he wants a piece of that Anthony Joshua action. You know what I mean? Whether does he win that fight? I'd favor Anthony Joshua as of right now. But hey, he doesn't care about that because at the end of the day, it would be the biggest profile fight for his career, and obviously the biggest payday of his career if he gets in the ring with the man Anthony Joshua. Be Marsh Boxing, but I don't think they might do that straight away. I think it would be a good idea if Alexander Usyk has good management, which I think he does. Igor Klimas, you know what I mean, the Russian. I don't think they'd put him in immediately with Anthony Joshua. He can get a tune-up with some guys over there on the Matchroom side. David Allen got it done today. There's guys like Chisora and Dillian White. You'll never know, but we shall see. B Marsh Boxing, thanks for everybody coming through. Vicious knockout by the man Alexander Usyk in the 8th round. Puts the man down. There's only 2 people on this planet Earth who've stopped Tony Bellew, and Adonis Stevenson did it first. He did it earlier. He did it in 6 or 7 rounds, but Alexander Usyk gets it done too, you know what I mean? So congratulations to him. I'm out of here. Peace.